Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore used to be just a made up
Koda.
shied away from
Koda, come and we do a Nerkie.
Yay!
I don't have the whole song, but that's all I came up with, but it worked.
Is that just now? Was it?
Yeah, just
now came up with that?
from when we were just singing that.
Okay.
Yeah. Welcome to Everyman's Guide to Nerddom, where we are two 30 to 40-something-year-olds who talk about pretty much whatever we want. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. You guys might know us from online on the Twitches as Guyver UNT01. That's the guy to my left in the video. I'm KSig, K_SIG. Then down below, on my screen down below,
He's below me, too. He's the bottom.
I'm on top.
below us.
I mean, right. But anyway, I'm
Voices.
Koda.
That's Koda.
Krista from
Hello,
Twitch.
Koda. Thank you for joining us again.
Mm-hmm.
You look
It's
so
always
lively
fun.
this morning.
He is so lively. It's like it's not like he didn't just wake up or anything. I mean, he's just full of life.
No, I definitely didn't have to set like 10 alarms to make sure I woke up.
Well,
Good for you.
Thank you for coming back.
I don't know. It's probably a good thing so I didn't fuck up my sleep schedule again, but
It's I like having Koda on the show. It's not like I don't have
Alarm.
like,
Holy shit, you did have 10 alarms.
Oh my god.
did you see?
Yes. Oh, to be young again. Now I just can't sleep.
Probably still do all the same stupid shit I did before. But I would care less about it. So
care less. That's true.
Yeah.
It's always fun having Koda on here because we can talk Star Wars, and that's a lot of fun. And I like geeking out with Koda on Star Wars.
it's a good thing it's a Star Wars episode.
It is a good thing it's Star Wars episode. Koda and I have a lot of the same interests, it seems like. So it's always fun having Koda here.
I know when we were talking about Star Wars the one day, we were like, we gotta set it for the podcast.
It's like, we're blowing our load right now. I'm old and I won't be remembered. Oh, son of a... And I'm done. I was good. I needed a 20-minute nap, and then I was ready to go again.
It takes me 24 hours. What do you mean?
I need a nap, it's pizza, and then like a post pizza nap, and I gotta meditate on this for a little bit.
I just
Stretch.
I gotta
Stretch.
eat my chunky Chips Ahoy and pizza Pringles and with my A&W root beer,
Wrapped
Ooh,
up in a
that's
blanket, think about what I just
sexy.
done.
Think about
And-
my life.
Really reflect
then-
on things.
and then literally eat all the ice cream in the tub.
While crying.
What are
Yeah.
you doing? Recuperating. Leave me alone.
It's so good.
I need more cream.
And thank you. Thanks. Good night, everyone. Oh, shit. And it's already starting
early.
out well. Yes.
I haven't even had any caffeine yet.
Nerkie number 4 for the Bad Batch, entitled Cornered. Big surprise in this episode I didn't see coming.
What
Uh,
one?
Your background.
Oh, Fennec?
Yep. Well, I was, waiting till we got to the reveal in the episode for that. But yes.
I mean,
Just that.
surely they've already seen the episode if they're listening.
No, actually, a couple don't. I've been told by a couple of them that they just listen to our podcast.
That works.
Don't let
Thank
Disney
you.
know that. They'll come after us for the 2 people that don't. You don't fuck with the mouse.
No, you don't fuck with the mouse. But there's a couple of them that said, no, I just listen to your podcast. I don't watch episodes. Okay, cool.
Listen,
Thank you.
I'm not gonna go into much, but like doing voiceover stuff, I've heard some shit about Disney. Let me tell you. Like
But we love
I've
Disney
heard some
because we're doing
shit.
Nerkies on them.
Yeah, I love Disney, but like I've heard some shit. Good shit and bad shit. But
You've heard all the shit.
Just full of
I'm
shit.
full of shit.
Should we do a Disney follow-up episode to the Disney one that we haven't released yet because I haven't edited it yet? It's been sitting in the vault for 3, 4, 5 weeks.
That's
And
when
I
we
get
need it, though.
I gotta edit it. All right. Anyway,
Anyways, this is gonna be a big week because we have 2 episodes coming out, and I need to space these out so people have time to listen to them.
Mhm.
But let's start the Nerkie.
Whoop!
Whoop whoop. All right, let's get it to actually where it starts. Cornered. So we have the gang. We see them floating through space right now in their ship.
Mhm.
Their ship's never been named, has it? I don't think it has.
We talked about it on the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got a name. We
Said
forgot
the
what it
name.
was. Koda knew what the name was. Said the name. It's been 3
Maybe
episodes, 4
If we would have
episodes,
set
5.
an
We
11th
forgot.
alarm, he would have remembered it.
What's the name, Koda?
What's the name, Koda?
I don't know.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
No, I actually
It'll come to
I'm
him in
sure
the middle, and he's just gonna
it'll
randomly.
come to me in the middle
He's
of
gonna
the
randomly
episode.
Star Wars Tourette it out.
I remember.
Twi'lek. So
Jar Jar
They
Wookiee Ewok.
they're looking. They're looking at a star map, and how do you pronounce that planet? Idaflor.
Pantora?
Idaflor?
Idaflor.
That sounds like a name of like a medicine you would see one of those commercials for.
Or
you suffer
have
from
crippling
pseudosis and
depression.
hemorrhoids? Try Idaflor.
Idaflor.
9 out of 10 doctors recommend Idaflor.
Idaflor, or you're really drunk. Where are you? Idaflor.
It's so bad.
Thank you. Dad jokes.
That was so bad.
Dad jokes.
Oh,
It made you giggle.
God dang it. Okay.
Okay. They're trying to see where to go. Why are they trying to see where to go? Because they're saying it's not inhabited. Because they're looking for a place to hide out. And, of course, Omega's like, I want to go out. I've been pretty much trapped my entire life.
She needs to quit being so bratty.
Yeah.
Little
And she's like, I
bitch.
want to go. And then
Choices.
Even though I'm the one that's been saying I like her.
bitch.
She's like 7, Koda. But you're right.
Havoc Marauder. That's what it is.
What?
That's their ship name.
Havoc Marauder. See, I told you it's Star Wars Tourette's. Havoc Marauder. Blaster fire. Whew, compose.
Breathe. Breathe.
I was trying to
Uh.
keep it together there. Because he's gonna randomly yell something else out, like Jabba the Hutt, and be like, "What?"
Just had to get the thought out.
You half-witted, scruffy-looking nerd.
and that's the end of the episode.
Yep. Join us next week.
Where Koda randomly yells out other Star Wars insults. You
Booty.
bantha herder. Oh no, a
Bantha.
bantha breeder.
But I am a scruffy looking.
You are.
All right.
But a sexy one.
Thank you.
Your father was a Jawa and your mother smelt the Melu runs.
Good night, everyone. And Casey's left the room. Oh, that's funny.
I think your like saying your mom is a droid is like an insult too.
Well, that would mean that your mother was a sex bot,
well, 'cause-
basically. Because
Girl-
if she birthed you, right? Like something had to, do that.
well,
So if she was a
droids
droid.
Droids aren't well looked upon in the universe anyway.
No, but like if your mother was a droid and you were birthed from a droid,
I'm trying.
Somebody
not to
bang
think
that
about this 'cause I'm
droid.
gonna start cracking up.
I almost broke me a Kasich just now.
He's,
like what kind of droid though? Like a 3PO looking, or like
Or like an LMD looking.
looking like more like the ammo droid. Like, you
One-
banged the trash can? Really?
Hi, Nico. You'll get it if you get it.
Oh crap!
horrible.
Yeah,
Oh baby, oh baby.
that took me a
oh,
second.
baby.
Thanks. Fuck the robot. All
Oh
right.
yeah. Put it in my socket. Refill me now.
I'll take it.
That'll work.
Okay.
No.
Kyle, explain that for those who are listening, please.
No, you have to watch the video. If you guys are just listening, you need to go back and watch the YouTube.
At least that part.
At least that part.
Okay.
Go back
So
and clip that
Tech-
and highlight it.
Yeah. So Tech is telling them we're not going to be hiding out on this planet. He says they're about out of fuel and they're completely out of rations. And the reason is they're on their own. Now we're seeing actually the full fallout of them being branded as traitors and not having the Republic support anymore.
Also, the negative aspects of socialism. No, it's fucking. They're not providing us anything. Okay. Anyway, go.
What are they doing? They're rolling in shit. Echo tells them, "Hey, our ship's signature is we're on the wanted list right now." Tech tells them, "Hey, that's awesome, great, whatever. I can make the modifications, but we need to land." And so they find a planet called Pantora, and they decide that that's where they're going to land.
What was it again?
Pantora.
Pantora. Okay. I love that band.
I do too. I love Pantora. Isn't that where the blue people who look like animals lived and rode on the things?
Not really animals. On one of Pantora's moons, the Talls, the white Wookiee anteater people lived.
That's right. The from Clone Wars, the ones with like the almost like the butterfly like tongues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there's one of those. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Koda. You were going somewhere with this.
Oh, I was gonna say, fun fact: Pantora and Pantorans, in episode 3 is actually there's a cameo by George Lucas, who's all blue, and his daughter is all blue, and they play Baron Chief Papanoida in episode 3 as a little cameo in the Senate building.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. So
I did not know that.
yeah.
The more you know.
Mm-hmm.
You think he would go back and like CGI himself to make himself look younger, like down the road in the new re-release of the
I
original?
want to see him CGI himself as an Ewok.
It'd be hard.
I can see him being an Ewok.
Ewok elder. Nub. So they go onto the moon, or no, the planet itself, not one of the moons. And it looks like any other developed city that we'd see, like kind of on the. Is it like a desert planet? Hard to tell.
There's some red plants. There's some flora.
So there's something. They land.
I was gonna say it almost reminds me of DC Comics Ran, the planet Ran. In that.
Yeah, with what's his name? I can't think of his name right. Adam Strange.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, I agree. I didn't think about that. Koda's on point today. They land. Looks like the dock master is what? Okay, what is his name from? That's Lando's co-pilot. Same species. Nub. What species
Nub.
are they?
Solison.
Solison.
You know, like when you hear them like reference Solist,
Mm-hmm.
Soliston.
That's them. Okay. So if you guys don't know who we're talking about, it's Lando's co-pilot, the one who speaks like
Who was a hero in Battlefront 2015
yeah.
for some reason.
He's the guy that has like the 2 layers of cheeks and one's like an under cheek and speaks like Japanese.
Oh yeah,
There he is.
there you go. That's the same race.
Yep. You look at him here. And then, they're getting out of the ship and Wrecker's bitching about rations, how he's hungry. And I love that part right there where he goes, Tech tells him our priority is to scramble the signal, and Wrecker just, like basically like your mom tells him your priority.
That is the same race. The eyes look like close, but he actually has pupils.
In animation, they gave
Oh,
a
he
lot of characters pupils, though.
Yeah.
To kind of show where they're looking.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah. He's like, we're just here for maintenance. And he's like, we need to scan your ship. And Wrecker's like, you sure about that? Yeah, it's like, I could skip that. They think they're in the, they're out of it. Saying how easy it was. And then he's like, he's like, you forgetting anything?
Now we see the downfalls of capitalism.
Yeah, we see that. Good job, Bobby.
Yeah, we've hit both sides now, so everybody can either be happy or mad at me for both of those comments.
I don't know. That's kind of.
You gonna go there?
No, no, not after fired up you got yesterday about it.
Go listen to that episode if you want to know what he's talking about. It'll be out later.
So basically, they have to bribe him, and the guy says, he keeps holding out his hand. That's not enough. And okay, this part here. What did you guys think? Did you think, okay, that's the end of it?
Actually, did.
Did you?
I didn't.
I didn't
Of
either.
course not.
He just looks, not because of the way he looks, but he just like kind of seems greasy.
You're profiling him.
But I mean, he's already
It's
like
double cheeks.
The man's already like getting credits out of them.
Yeah.
Like, how far else is he gonna go just to get more credits?
Mhm.
Like,
A lot of these dock masters seem kind of shady anyway, like for the most part.
For the most part, they are. It really depends what planet you're on, though, too.
Yeah.
I think.
The one from Mandalorian, she was good. These guys,
I
not so
love
much.
her.
Yeah.
Oh, who is that? Is that Amy Sedaris? Or
Mhm.
yeah,
Or something like that.
yeah. I like her.
But yeah, but this guy,
Shady shit.
dud, he's a dick.
He is a dick. Dock Master Dick.
Dick master.
Dick
No.
Master. No,
No,
we're
wait.
gonna. I think we're gonna have to call him Dock Master Dick.
Yeah, we're probably yeah, that works probably better in conversation.
Better. It's like, hey, did you see that Dick Master? Man, he was
thought-
really working him.
I thought you weren't supposed to call me that on the podcast.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
I'm the dick master. Are you the gatekeeper? Got him. I got him.
Did you break Guyver?
He about spit his coke out.
'Cause I
You guys aren't
Quitters.
watching the
Quitters.
video. You're missing out on a lot of stuff right now.
But no, we appreciate you that listen to us
Mhm.
on the way to work. Please don't
Yes.
watch the video while you're driving.
No, don't do that. But you gotta
Or
go
when
home.
you're supposed to be working.
Hey, Guyver. Spitters or quitters?
Choices.
Facts.
Oh, that's true. Don't be a quitter.
This
And then-
this episode went like right into the gutter really quick. Like,
We didn't even.
usually
We're
it
not,
takes us a little bit.
we're not
but-
playing around.
No, they're
Maybe we
serious
need
today.
to keep. We need to keep Koda like super sleepy.
Mhm.
Like
he's thinking
he
about
goes,
it.
he goes, what?
I was like, I'm winded up like a Jack in the Box.
He's got another one coming.
So the doc Dick Master Doc Dick, what do we call him?
Flapjacks.
Flapjacks.
Flapjack. Okay, so Flapjack.
Yeah.
He called someone, said, "Hey, the people you're looking for are here." And then we see this very familiar helmet. Kyle, where did we see this helmet from before?
Mm,
You know this.
I know this, and I can't think of this. It's a bounty hunter. Was it?
You just referenced it.
It's from Mando.
Mm-hmm.
Crap. What was her name that they hunted down and the guy turned on him? I thought it's there, but it's not coming out.
I know you know who it is, Koda.
I'm all around it.
I said her name earlier.
I wasn't paying attention.
Koda, would you tell us who it is and why is she significant?
This is Fennec Shan. Apparently one of the most feared sharpshooters
In the
that's
galaxy.
a bounty hunter in the galaxy.
And we've never found out what her race is yet, do we?
Human.
Probably.
But she's
Likely.
played by Ming-Na Wen, and who also voiced her in this, which I thought was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And because if you guys remember, this is a little bit before. Okay, so this is right in between 3 and 4, and then Mandalorian takes place between 6 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
So, which means Fennec has survived. She's been around since this part, and she survived the entire Empire versus the Rebels, which I thought was just kind of cool when it hits you.
It makes me question how old she is here.
I don't because it's only 3 years between 4 and 6. But is she, like Koda brings up a good point I didn't think about. Is she part of a race that's long lived? Like the Wookiees?
She kind of struck me as like his late 20s or like mid to late 20s here.
Hey,
It's hard to tell with it.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's kind of hard to tell, really with the animation unless they like purposefully make them look older.
Right.
Especially with the style that they use for this. But
Like Tarkin.
yeah, I was thinking like late 20s, maybe early 30s.
It's also not uncommon for people when they're in their teenage years to become bounty hunters.
So she could be a teen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I bet she's early 20s because they already seem to know who she is. Not the Bad Batch, but like this guy. Or he just contacted her. I don't know.
I wonder if we see like the formation of the Bounty Hunters Guild.
Or do you think it's been around?
I don't know. It seemed kind of like a thing that was like building up, but like wasn't established because of the Empire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was building up, or it was like slowly fizzling out because of the Empire, or like rebuilding.
Either. I'm kind of. I don't know.
I wonder if it just kind of does this.
Yeah,
Or
up and down.
Or if
Up
they've
and
already
down.
always been there and just been like in the shadows. Because they had bounty hunters before. I mean, Cad Bane was a bounty hunter. But was he wasn't part of the guild though, was he? He was independent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Anyone knows, let us know. So Koda can hate you because you figured out something he didn't know.
I'm gonna look it up while you guys are doing that. Star Wars
Okay, so
bounty hunter.
he says you're looking for a certain modified Omicron class attack shuttle. And he's, tells her it's going to cost you. And she just says, I'll make it worth your while. And then she holds up a hologram of Omega, which at this point we know that Omega is now the target and she has the bounty out on her. What did you guys think at this part? I mean, we knew Omega was special.
This just furthers that.
Yeah. I mean, who do you think put out the hit on Omega or the bounty?
I don't know if it was the Kaminoans. Like,
I don't
that's
think it
where I
was.
originally thought, because they wanted her to escape. Right? So why would they let her escape
Well,
and then
Just her
instantly put a
mom
bounty
wanted
on
her to escape.
Right.
But what about the prime minister?
He seemed kind of in on it.
Yeah. I don't know then. So yeah, it's probably not them. I wonder if it's the Empire.
And just to roll back really quick, according to good old Wikipedia, the Bounty Hunters Guild originated at least during, but probably predated the old Sith Wars.
Oh wow.
So it's ancient.
Yeah.
But it looks like it kind of did like what you're talking about, the up and down thing, the splinter groups and all that, because, bounty hunters.
That picture of Echo right there is going to be our cover. They're all talking to Omega, and then we see this looks like a droid walking up, and then he lifts up his mask, and it's Echo, which I started cracking up at. I don't know why.
This whole episode with Echo just made me
Funny.
enjoy life.
Yeah.
It was funny.
They kind of threw a lot of humor in this episode, and then it got dark really quick.
There's a lot of like kind of subtle. Well, there was some in your face humor, but there's a lot of little subtle things that were good.
And then Echo and Omega and Hunter are all going out for supplies, and Wrecker's, just bitching at him. Why did Tech and I have to repair the ship? And they're like, well, you stand out too much. And he's like, and you don't, to Echo. And Echo's like, not like this. Puts down his helmet. I mean, he looks full on droid at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So Wrecker and Tech get started on changing the signature of the ship. And then Doc Master Dick is, watching him in the shadows.
Flapjack. He's up to no good because he was like chewing on a toothpick.
Yep.
Extra no good.
That's a sure sign. And especially if you haven't been eating anything.
Yeah. Just.
Okay. And then.
Oh, there was Loth Cats.
Yeah. You didn't catch that? That's what I was going to bring up. I would have thought you would have caught that at first.
Yeah, they're right there.
So, they're walking through it's like a bazaar almost, a street market, and then there is the Loth Cats. Koda, give us a little backstory on them.
From Lothal.
Yep,
they're cats basically. Ezra Bridger, who is Caleb Doom's apprentice in the future, is from Lothal and has a special connection to Lothal. And these Loth Cats are a part of like a major story that we didn't realize was happening in the backgrounds from the beginning of Rebels all the way to the end.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and the last time we saw them was in The Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
The episode with Ahsoka. They made an appearance there.
Yeah, they also made an appearance in season 1. And I screamed out of my boots because I'm like, it was a Loth Cat.
Season 1.
I know I saw one. I'm Googling. I never do this.
So while Koda's looking that up, we see the clone troopers marching through the streets and the crowds are cheering. And we hear Rampart, his, enter your, get your registration code, exchange your credits, the one that's running across the galaxy, the propaganda, I guess you could say. You just find out just how widespread this is going right now and how fast these planets are coming under Empire control.
Empire sure does love their propaganda holograms.
They sure do. They do. You know, and they're talking about the war, and Omega says, you know, the war's over. Isn't that good? And then Echo says, depends on whose side you're on. I think that's setting up that one line, setting up the whole series for me. Just that one line. I mean,
Yeah.
we knew, but it was just kind of foreshadowing. We cut back to Tech and Wrecker on the ship, and Tech is telling Wrecker, you know, this, and Wrecker's like, just tell me what to pull out. Just tell me what to rip out. Starts ripping it out. We go back to the bazaar, and the whole thing is they're trying to get creds for, you know, fuel and food. And they have a, what is that, a bomb?
Oh, the pyrodenton.
Pyrodenton, yeah. It's basically a bomb. Yeah, it's a bomb.
Space bomb.
And he's trying to sell it to, what, do you know what race that is, Koda? The
I
three-eyed?
used to.
It's the three-eyed creatures we've seen like in Jabba's palace and others. Kind of look like cows with 3 eyes in the front.
6 fingers on each hand.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
That's creepy.
I didn't even notice that. How did you notice the hands?
Gotta look at the hands like, man, those hands look weird. I want to count the fingers.
So, ladies, no, please do not keep your hands on the table if you're out on a date with Kasich.
I'm going to count your fingers. Make sure you have all of them and not more than you need.
If you have more, he's going to ask you to give one back.
I might get inquisitive, but slightly curious.
So, you got 12 fingers.
On one hand.
Sounds like a date.
Check my
So-
calendar.
There we go.
There it is. I hit the right one this time.
And the guy is telling him, you know, I'll give you so many credits for it. And Hunter's like, this is at least worth 1,800 credits for this pyrodenton. And the guy goes, yeah, maybe in the black market. I'm running a reputable business here. And we're not in the full on shadiness that is the Empire that we see later. This is still, I think, kind of very free open planets that aren't under full Empire rule yet, which I noticed that too. That's kind of one of the, this guy wants to do right and not do the backdoor deals, which we'd see a lot more of on, and that might not be the case, but at least when we're seeing like the rebels out, they're always dealing with the shady characters, guys on the black market. So
Yeah.
It could be normal. I don't know. To my knowledge, they've never had like a Star Wars book about like your everyday guy who runs like a stall or a legit market. You know, I set up, I sell. This guy wanted some backdoor stuff, sent him to the booth next to me, and that's the end of the book. Just not interesting.
It would be a great like children's flip book.
Actually, that would,
I'm trying to
wouldn't
think
it?
of how you can make that interesting. Unless it was like an anthology type thing where every time somebody came in, it was a different story based off of like almost like a monkey's paw type
Yeah. Yeah.
setting.
Actually, why don't we? That would be fun to work on. Is
Just
a
write our
children's
own.
book. Yeah. We need to find an artist.
Yep. You rang?
You rang? we could. Yeah. I bet the three of us could write a children's book.
All I can do is stick figures. I can
That's all we
draw
need.
one hell of a lightsaber though.
He's got so many colored pencils that he can just.
Colorful.
I'm gonna do
Which he really will. Omega's playing. She sees a little stormtrooper doll. Well, no, okay. Republic
Clone
trooper doll. And then you sometimes it drops and the guy yells, you know, you break it, you buy it, and Omega goes to, or Echo goes to help her. And this part, it just showed me again. You forget that Omega, because she's, you know, advanced, that she's just a little girl.
Yeah.
She just wanted to play with the doll. Or, you know, little boys too. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be a little girl to play with it, but
Just wanted to play with a toy. She found a toy that she wanted
yeah.
to play with.
Which is, you just forget that sometimes with these kind of shows.
Where you paused it right here, Mamie. I've been trying to figure out what Echo or who Echo reminded me of with his his fake droid get up, and it's like Zero from Borderlands.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Like it's very similar.
Almost to a T.
Wait.
Yeah.
I haven't played Borderlands in a long time. Is he the one that has like the really long face?
He looks like Echo right now.
He's a droid.
He's the assassin.
Oh,
Class.
okay.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
He does.
I think one of those skins kind of looks like that. But yeah, it's been a while since I played Borderlands also.
Such a great game.
Mhm.
You know, we could play a 4-person Borderlands game.
I don't have
On
Borderlands
stream.
3.
I think I have 2.
Borderlands 2.
Well,
I might
we
have 3.
all can remedy this
We'll figure it out.
with money.
All it takes is money.
It's money. We can all buy the same game. That would be kind of fun to do, though. Okay.
All right.
Moving on. And the guy goes, if you're looking to sell something, how about your droid? And then Hunter's like, what? Echo goes, droid? And then he kind of does that, what? And Hunter goes, he's a man, what? Military prototype. And he's like, I'll give you 2,000. And then you can almost see Echo getting offended over there, even though he's under the mask. Echo's like, nope. He's like, we need credits. Once we get the supplies, I'll give you the, I'll let you know, you can leave. He's like, fine. Not at that price. I'm worth way more than 2,000. So he goes to bargain. He says 4, and then he goes 3. And then I love that part. And he goes 3. He goes, deal. Echo looks at him, just kind of sighs. He's like, I'm only worth 3,000. He run. This little cart goes by with these little creatures. Where have we seen these creatures before? I know we have. I was trying to.
Star Wars Resistance, I think.
Was it Resistance? Oh, the ones that were in the little tunnels, wasn't it?
I think so.
They're like
is this the
space
one-
pugs.
They really are. They're like space pugs with like griffin talons but like monkey fingers that could grip.
They have sharp talons.
They look
Sharp
like me when I wake up early.
With the hearts around your eyes.
It's like
I
if you
just saw-
ordered a Care Bear off of Wish.
It's
You
the
mean
Koda
like a Furby?
It's the Koda
Off
Care
Wish.
Bear.
Oh God, Furbies. My kids want a Furby now after Mitchell's versus the Machine.
Well, they made a comeback, right?
I know, and they're still freaky as hell.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter's
like $70.
Mm-hmm. My daughter swears the one her friend has works without batteries. Swears it.
Yeah, because they put dead souls in them.
Yep, that's how they're powered. Souls of the damned in your children's playthings.
You.
Yeah. I don't care. Those things are freaky.
I remember my sister had one of those growing up, and she set it in the bedroom, and I woke up and I walked by it and it said something, and I just remember kicking it as hard as I could.
Did it go? "Meow"?
Then did it grab you
No.
and say, play with me, Koda?
Sit in the corner and judge you.
and ever.
That's gonna be a no from me, dog.
Come with me. We can play forever.
Ichuka tuka.
Okay.
Hey,
we,
Kyle,
we hit a nerve.
we're gonna. You know what? You and I, we're gonna split it. We're gonna send him a Furby.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not.
Do not
I hope
doubt
the
my
fuck you do.
powers.
You'll be a dead son of a
Right.
bitch. I tell you that.
Now would be a great time to start that Patreon we were talking about and take donations
Yes.
to buy Koda a Furby.
Why?
Let's start a channel in the Discord. See who would be interested.
You said be a fucking Furby.
Well, it's better than when we started a channel and said make Koda a furry.
Yeah. All right, you pick one.
I thought you could have
He's thinking
sent me.
about it. He's thinking about it.
I thought you could have sent me something like a Nora or a Tenga, but like a Furby.
Or make Koda a furry. Like, I'll be the car. I run over the furries.
I want to get him a Furby now.
I do. I really want to now.
Beep beep.
Let's start a
bitch.
channel.
Honk honk, motherfucker.
Okay, we saw these. So that's where it was from. I could not remember where these creatures were from, though.
They're so kind of cute though,
They're
but also ugly.
they're pug cute.
Yeah. Like, they're so ugly, they're cute.
It grabs
This guy.
Omega's doll. Yeah, yes. Yes. Grabs Omega's doll, and then the cart goes off, and she goes chasing after it. Next thing you know, we see the transaction being done, and he's like, "Go with your new owner." What?
Did you see his little peg? Like, help!
No, what?
What? Like,
Oh,
play it back. And
Echo's
when
little
he's
peg
like,
arm.
His little peg arm is like,
I
help!
thought you were talking about Kyle. So I'm looking at Kyle. I'm like, what is Kyle doing with a peg?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I won't worry about it.
I always knew you were into that.
Yes, whatever you require. Oh yeah. He's looking back. Going, no.
I like how Hunter almost like cracks a smile too. Like he's restraining, like he wants to laugh, but then he realizes Omega's gone.
So I'm seeing a lot of the blue people around here. And the red
Those are-
eyes. Is that the
Mhm.
same race as Thrawn? Nope, different.
There's Pantorans, and then
Hmm.
there is Chiss.
Chiss. Which one's Thrawn?
Chiss.
Chiss. Okay. And then what's the difference between the Pantorans and the Throns?
I mean, Chiss are from the Chiss ascendancy
Right.
in the unknown region. Pantorans are from Pantora.
Is that the only
and
difference?
They have markings on their face.
that's what it is. Okay. Are they born
Yeah.
with that?
I am wrong.
No. Why don't you?
Why are you asking me so many questions for?
Raggy.
Oh. Zoinks.
We need props here.
Props does a great Shaggy.
Oh, he does.
Oh.
Then next thing you know, she is lost right now. She's looking around, and then she gets knocked down. Someone helps her up and says, "You seem lost," with her helmet off, and it's Fennec. And we knew that something bad is about to happen.
Fennec looks very Karen-ish in this pause that you have right now.
She did, didn't she?
It's like, do we need to go talk to the manager? We can.
We need to talk to
This
the
is
dock port
unacceptable.
manager.
Fun
And-
fact for those that don't know about Ming Na Wen, she voices Mulan in the original Mulan movie.
Mhm. Yep. She has been all across the Marvel universe,
As Agent Melinda May,
which is not
AKA
canon anymore.
the Cavalry.
So-
That's not true. It is canon.
Oh?
Is it? Because the
Mhm.
last thing that I just read from Disney said it's not canon anymore.
Until they
said
make
the
it canon
first
again.
2 seasons are canon.
Okay, everything after that's not canon though. So like Ghost Rider's not canon because
No.
Ghost Rider is supposed to be making a big appearance coming up.
Is he going to be in Multiverse of Madness?
I think that's where they're
I
hinting
think that's
at.
what I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the Jamie Reyes or no, the new one? It's going to be
Nick Cage? I want to see Nick Cage in the MCU.
I would
Also wanna see
actually
Nick
love
Cage
to
in
see
Star
Nick
Wars.
Cage in the MCU. I want to see him as Galactus. I'm gonna eat your planet. I'm so hungry.
I would love to see him like as a bounty hunter in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Put the Wookiee down.
Put the Wookiee down.
You know in like Solo, a Star Wars story,
Mhm.
you know what's his name? He played by Paul Bettany.
Oh, why can't I think of his name right now? Yeah.
Nicholas Cage would be like a good person for that type of role.
The
You know
bad
what I
guy.
mean?
Yes.
Like
I can see
like
that.
the bad guy who doesn't ever get his hands dirty, you know, and it's just like, yeah, I have all these bitches to do my shit.
Dryden Voss.
Dryden Voss.
Yeah,
I
I can see
want
that.
Nick Cage. I want Steven Seagal. Let's bring them all in. Like
Steven
this is-
Seagal's got to quit his day job if he goes back to acting. I'm being serious.
He's a sheriff, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like a
Wait,
deputy.
really?
Yeah, he's been in law enforcement for like 10 years.
Because he doesn't act anymore. Because he got like
Didn't really act before.
no, he didn't act before, but he's more Seagulled now. He's like a seagull now. So, dude's not in the same shape he was in. None of us are, but not for starring in movies anymore.
Round. Does that count?
Yes,
Yeah. People in fat houses shouldn't throw stones.
it's or cake.
Or cake. Oh, all the
Love-
cake.
Oh, the cake.
I'm making brownies tonight.
Koda will make him brownies. He's like, come to my house. I'll make brownies.
Hey, they're good brownies.
Are they good brownies?
Yeah, like chocolate on chocolate with more chocolate brownies.
That's not what he was saying, Koda.
Oh, I'm making those as well, but yes.
That's not what he was saying. Koda's like, oh yeah, no, they're delicious. They're chocolate on chocolate. They've got layers of caramel. You name it.
Pecans, walnuts. They're
Oh,
great.
you name it.
The
It's frosting.
frosting. Yeah. No.
That's not what he was going for. And you see Koda's eyes light up. He goes, oh yeah, those two.
But the other ones, those are really the first ones.
I seem to recall having one of those, but I don't know.
Neither one will be a bad batch. They're both going to be awesome.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
No, I learned my lesson though. So, do you know how you put like espresso powder in with chocolate to like enhance the flavor? You don't do that with the other type of brownies. Let me tell you, it does not end well.
Does it just taste gross?
It enhances the flavor of the more disgusting part of those
Gotcha.
brownies.
And which has its own flavor anyway.
And you're
Mhm.
sleepy and caffeinated at the same time.
It means you're mediocre. So sleepy and caffeinated. Look at Omega. Like I don't know if it's paused at the same place you guys are, but it looks like she's farting.
Or she smelled one.
Or she like has
Fennec
to
just
fart,
did
but
one.
she's scared to fart. You know.
She's blaming Wrecker. It was Wrecker. He's not here. It was Wrecker.
She's a shy farter.
Phantom fart.
What if she's never farted? She's a clone.
Do clones fart?
Do clones have buttholes?
Sure they do, but do they have...
Okay.
Do they?
The better question would be belly buttons. Of course, like they eat. Wrecker eats, obviously. They all eat. It's got to go out somewhere.
Do they have buttholes?
Yes, they have buttholes.
Hold on.
If you okay, no.
Do
I'm more
clones
concerned how Koda
have
knew this like right up
buttholes?
and just with all seriousness, he's like, yes, they have buttholes. I have done in-depth Google
on.
searches on
Dude.
clone
Listen,
buttholes.
That
I
search
tried
didn't
to
work.
find out
Dude,
if
Star
something
Wars
on the
clones
other
have
side
buttholes.
of the. I tried to find out if something on the other side of the variety, if they were all the same.
The wing
if you know what I mean. Yeah, because they're clones. Like, are they all the same?
They're pulse rifles. If they had pulse rifles.
Yeah.
What did you find out?
Francis. I couldn't. There was no solid answer.
Maybe you should write Disney.
How big are clone troopers' penises?
You'd
Are
be
they
like,
all uniform?
you'd be like Brody and Mallrats. Asking Stanley, Mr. Fantastic, does his, stretch too?
Mm-hmm.
It should.
Right, Disney.
Mhm.
Oh,
I feel like-
look, Kyle, our toddler's tired.
No, he's so sleepy.
He's so sleepy. Oh, poor little fella.
How do we go from Omega farting to clone penises?
Well, to be
You're the
fair,
one that said.
it's about the buttholes.
I didn't bring up the buttholes.
Wait.
I
Okay, I
did.
literally looked at the other screen and looked back, and Koda has a different outfit on. But how the hell did he get there? All of a sudden, like, I literally looked for 1 second. I looked back. Quick change artist over here. Oh, look, now he's Princess Leia. Help me, Google. Only you'll tell me if clones have buttholes.
No, it's actually hella cold right now. But yeah. Did you
Clone-
actually Google that case? Sig?
The buttholes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I Googled do clones have buttholes first. I didn't put the Star Wars
You
modifier
should probably
in.
put that first.
A lot of weird results there. And then, yeah, nothing I could find really anything on it, mostly about belly buttons. So, nothing about buttholes or dicks. Sorry, Koda.
Makes you wonder. So next thing you
that's
know,
fine.
we got Echo back in there, and then we see a couple different droid units that are in with him.
I had to look at this twice when
You think it was 3PO and R2?
I thought it was R2 at first when it was in the shadows.
Right.
I was like, no, they're not going to shoehorn that in. But like later, when you get a better look at it, it's a different shade of everything.
Right.
But like the first quick glance, it's like, oh,
Well, because we do see an RT. Definitely, there's an R2 unit. We
Yeah.
definitely see a
Not-
3PO unit.
yeah, but it's not the R2. I thought it was the R2.
No, not R2D2. But I agree with Kyle. That's kind of what I was thinking at first because it was a real quick shot. And we hear, I beg your pardon, I'm the droid in charge. Oh my, you're not a droid. And of course, it's a 3PO unit.
Oh my.
And then there is actually there looks like 2 astromech units, 2 R2 units, maybe. And then I don't know what the
Oh.
other kind is.
Koda?
I have no idea. I've never seen it before. I just thought I was about to be like, that's a cool, like
It
new
is.
looking little droid.
So you know what it reminds me of? It's got little arms and legs. And it, it reminds. Have you guys seen Final Space?
No.
Okay. If you look up Final Space, Fred Armisen, that's not Fred Armisen's character. One of the characters looks like. Oh, looks like that droid. It's Hugh. And I'm trying to find the good picture of Hugh. It looks almost exactly like that. Here we go. So I don't know if they took from it or not. Probably not. Okay, there it is. There's the link. That's what it kind of. I just thought it was a cool looking little droid.
Oh, okay.
You see where I got that now?
I'm going to go to the chat, don't I? All right, hang on.
Echo
Oh.
puts up his mask, says, "I'm not a droid," and which causes mass panic, and the 3PO unit bangs into a shelf. Yep. Next thing you know, Hunter's looking for Omega and sees her dolly in the street.
You say her dolly or
Her
her
dolly.
dollying?
Her dolly.
That
I
just
got
makes
two
it
daughters.
more tragic sounding.
I got $2. Two daughters. They're dollies. Next thing you know, she's walking through and she's like, "You hungry? I'm hungry." And she bumps into one of the locals. They pick up the what I'm assuming is jackfruit. And next thing you know, they're helping her put it back in, but then Fennec is stuffing a couple in her helmet, which is a treat. And this is the
Sneaky.
first what?
Sneaky.
Sneaky. I think, and this is the first shot Omega gets that Fennec may not be who she seems. That's what I gathered from this scene.
To the first time Omega sees it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then while she's bending down getting it, she sees the blaster on her. She's like, you know, why do you have a blaster? She's almost like a toddler, just asking questions. And Fennec's, you know, to protect myself.
No, that's the
Galaxy's
first
a dangerous place to be on your own. Huh?
jaunt out into the real world.
Yeah.
You know what I love about Fennec's Clone Wars design?
But
And just like in general, it's very samurai looking.
oh, it is, isn't it?
Same with like if you look at Echo's droid part,
Mhm.
the one side, you know, like how he has like those like almost robe looking things that
Mhm.
go all the way down. Those look kind of very samurai-ish, and I know Dave Filoni's like a huge samurai western type fan.
Like during that time period, the
Mhm.
Kyoto era and stuff like that, or
Yep.
the Meiji era. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Which it is. I'm glad you brought him up. Important to note too. He just got named. What was it? Executive producer of LucasArts.
Creative executive or something like that.
But
But that it actually happened last year, but like it wasn't like announced or anything like that, apparently.
oh, gotcha. So it was actually last year,
Executive creative director.
which is great.
And
Which
I
is
think
great.
they just need to put him in a position like Kevin Feige, right?
Except for
dealing
Star
with, like,
Wars.
Mm-hmm. The man like trained under George Lucas for basically almost 2 decades.
And he knows the vision.
Mm-hmm.
And
Knows the vision, knows the lore.
well, he's
Seems to
done,
understand the fan base very well.
he I think he doesn't see. I think he does. I think it's dead on.
Yeah.
I think he does a great job. So I never thought of that, Koda. That's a good point. Next thing you know, they're eating. She says, you know, Omega's like, I got my friends. She's like, if you're alone, you could come with us. And it just shows Omega's just innocence, I guess.
Yeah.
And Fennec's like, come on, come with me this way. Come, love. Here's a cage. Let's go in here. That's the vibe I was getting. And then, you know, Hunter's like, Omega, and she's like, hey, there's one of my friends now. And then Fennec throws that fruit down real quick. And Hunter recognizes her right away. Not her, but the danger she presents. And Fennec's like, hey, Omega and I were just getting to know each other. Then puts her helmet on, and Omega's still not looking. And Hunter is grabbing for his knife. And we see Fennec grabbing for her blaster. And then we see Omega finally recognizing the situation for what it is.
Mm-hmm. I like how Omega, like, she doesn't even hesitate. She immediately goes into like defensive fight mode.
Yep. I noticed that too.
That little knife flip there when Hunter and Fennec are struggling, she just twirls it for a stabbing motion.
180. Yeah. It just shows she took down Hunter. And Hunter is one of the best fighters they got.
Did that
Tracker
headbutt make you nervous, Koda?
Yeah, the headbutt made me nervous.
Okay. I'm pretty
Are you
sure.
with us? Koda, are you with us?
Yeah.
Well, I know Rector hit. Oh, did he already hit his head? He hits his head again. Late. Okay, it's way later in the episode.
Way
There's
later, yeah.
A lot of head damage.
That's
Next
a lot
thing-
of damage.
That's a lot of damage. Next thing you know, we see Tech and Wrecker. They basically have all that guts of that ship apart. And then all of a sudden, Hunter's like, Wrecker, Tech, Echo, I lost Omega. Somebody attacked us. And I'm just cracking up. Echo's still in the droid thing, just hanging out.
Mhm.
And he's like, a woman highly trained. and then Wrecker immediately goes into action.
It's like, yes.
I'm going. And then Tech's like, I'll tap into the security system. And Hunter's like, I made a bit of noise. Let's get ready to go. And he's like, yeah, unless you have a team of maintenance droids, it's gonna be a while. Then I love this part right here where Echo just says, hey, I've got a team here. And he's like, gear up, boys, we're getting ready to go. And the droids start beeping. And
yeah, like how the little ones were just like, yep.
Yep. All right, we're going. Okay. Important to note, I don't know if you knew this or not, Kyle, but there is a way that they get obedience from droids.
It's the
little chip, yeah.
Because it was in episode 4 where they had to remove R2s to be able to get access to the message.
Yep.
And pry it off.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is on all these droids. And if you all don't know the Star Wars lore, just take a look and you'll see the little, what is it an obedience disc? What do they call it?
They say what it's called here in just like 2 seconds.
Restraining bolt.
Yeah.
It's a restraining bolt. There we go.
Yeah, it's like this restraining bolt is keeping the whatever from just trying to get Leia's message.
I love that Echo has one on him.
Yes, I was cracking up at that part.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
And then, this 3PO unit's trying to stop Echo from leaving. It's like, I'm in charge. She's like, look, the sooner we get this done, the sooner you're back in charge. They all leaving, and the guy's like, get back here. And he, Echo hands him the restraining bolts and said, here you go. He's like, you're not a droid. He's like, you got a bargain for me. Puts his lid down and just stomps off. I really liked that part. I don't know why. I just started cracking up at it.
I did too. I enjoyed the crap out of it.
Next
This
thing
part,
you know, there's
if you go back just a few seconds, like when Omega was running, when right there when she was behind the box, like that little split second, you can see like reality hit her of not being able to trust people. She wanted to trust her.
There.
Well,
I'm moving the mouse like you can
like
see it.
This area here, right there.
Right
Yes.
there. Yeah. Yep.
It's not I don't think that's her panicking from running. That's not her being scared of the situation. I think that's her being hurt from, finding someone else that she thought she could trust.
And yeah, we're at 14 minutes 31 seconds for those of you following along.
Mm-hmm. Sad Omega.
It is sad Omega. Hey, that might be our next meme. I don't know. I kind of don't want to make fun of Omega. I really like her.
I love you and I miss you.
Oh, Koda with his voices cracks me up. Next thing you know, Omega finds a maintenance tunnel, starts heading down there. And then we see Tech searching all the security cameras in the city.
Something I've always noticed about these control panels and even like on the ships and things, like nothing's labeled. How do they know? It's just like white squares, red squares.
All the same. You and I get confused with our Go XLRs.
And our Stream Dexes and our keyboards that even have things on them. And they're just like, 4th down, 7th over, white button that warms up the warp. Yeah, it's like, I don't get it.
Koda,
Anyway,
how do they know?
I am confusion. Why is this one? Kansas, but this one is not Arkansas.
This one is red. This one is more red. This is more red.
Can I explain what you mean? No red button.
Yeah, button is fine.
I don't know. Maybe it's like a galactic standard training, and like there's like just a galactic standard that they all know and learn when they're in kiddie school.
But wouldn't that be a galactic monopoly for the one company doing all the boards for the whole galaxy?
Well, you couldn't make anything different
No.
because then they'd have to relearn.
Right.
Yeah.
It wouldn't necessarily be a monopoly. Like other companies could probably make the boards. It's just like the standard layout, like how our US keyboards are a standard layout.
I'm just picturing galactic monopoly. It's like it's a hut running the factory with the top hat and the little white mustache and the cane.
Hmm.
And instead of the little Scotty running around, it's one of those little pug dogs we just saw. And then like a thimble comes out.
Go directly to Galactic Prison. Do not click.
Hey, you passed go. Here's 200.
Mhm.
200 creds.
He flew into a nebula. Now, would you like to buy the gas company?
Yes, I would.
Ah,
Hyperspace fuel.
Hyperspace, that'd be awesome. I'd play it.
You landed in the farm. Do you want to run the blue milk business or the green milk business?
Oh no, I'm gonna save that because I need Galactic Boardwalk. Next thing you know, we
You
see
mean Cloud City?
Yes. Oh, that would be Cloud City, wouldn't it?
cut error in your favor.
Omega's running in the maintenance tunnel. Tech founder said, "Hey, she's in there," and she turns the corner. She's scared as hell. Just again, another moment you realize she's just a little girl.
Her fingers look oddly proportioned.
Man, look at how
What
big
is
her
it
middle
with
finger
you and-
looks.
You see what I'm saying, though?
But
Like-
why are you looking at their hands?
Because
He's
look
lonely.
at her. Her fingers are oddly proportioned in this scene where it's paused right now at 15
Kind of.
minutes and 20
Koda,
seconds.
that was his last date last night.
Oddly proportioned fingers.
Yes.
Listen,
So it was the left hand then. Okay.
Righty got drunk.
a special night.
Oh,
I don't know. He's getting older. Righty might have
arthritis.
Just seized up.
just seized up.
That could be a good Friday night.
No wonder Palpatine's fingers are so fucked up when he's shooting lightning.
He goes, "I've been alone on Friday night for so long. Do you like it? It's electric."
Oh, the old shocker. Okay.
He gives himself the shocker. One in the pink, one in the Sith.
Good. I can't do the good, but
Yes, Lord Vader. Do it harder. I made you that suit for a reason.
You haven't showered in days, my emperor.
oh god.
Give Vader the blue pill.
What if just like lightning, like electrocution is Palpatine's just like pink? That's why he's like shocks people and is like, yes.
Well, notice you don't. He's doing it a lot when he's sitting down too.
He's got those robes.
Yeah, he's like, I can't.
Robes are gonna hide a
stand
lot.
up.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to do for the description on this episode right now. We talk about the Sith shocker.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about
Oddly shaped fingers.
oddly shaped fingers and
We
doc
got
dicks,
yeah.
dick docs,
doc
And clone dicks.
And
clone
clone dicks.
buttholes.
and buttholes.
And belly buttons.
Dicks, buttholes, and
belly
belly buttons. There we go.
It's like gypsies, tramps, and thieves. We just need Cher to sing about that now.
Do you believe in clone buttholes?
Sith shockers, buttholes. Oh, we've lost control of the episode.
I only got 10 minutes left of the show. That's
I know.
But
But
do we really still have 10 minutes? Oh my gosh.
Koda's like, I want to go back to sleep.
Probably.
Koda needs a nap after doing this.
I haven't had my nap yet.
should get a plush made out of him. Just Sleepy Time Koda.
Sleepy Time Koda, touch me here. What happens? He falls asleep.
Yeah. Like a little Snorlax right next to you.
Search for his clone butthole. I'd buy it. I really
Wrong
would.
area. Oh no. Right area. Oh my.
Shoot.
Oh my God.
The Sith Koda shoots real lightning, give you a real shock.
Little Zapparoonie.
I'd buy it.
Would I be Sith Koda at that point, or would I be the Flash?
That's alternate timeline Koda.
Which one?
Both.
At
Again,
the same time.
I'd buy it.
Oh
Why
shit.
If you're gonna buy all these products based on me, like I own like 50% of this company, and I expect my royalties to be paid. So like,
Okay.
Also means you own 50% of the losses in debt.
Yeah. Yep.
quick,
Oh,
You'll
quick
just
Those
change my
numbers are
Koda.
way bigger.
I want the quick change Koda doll. You blink and he puts on a robe.
oh, quick change Koda.
Yeah.
Bam.
Oh, there it is.
Need
Oh,
sound
that's
effects
top.
for that.
That's top notch Koda too. Bro bun Koda.
You said quick change, right?
Yeah, quick change. No. Keep it on. Keep it on.
Oh my
I
God.
don't, I don't think I can do these buttons up now.
I can't do this fast enough. I had a thing.
Go, Zach, come do my buttons.
You'd probably be like, the fuck?
Then be like, Lurleen, get back in your cage.
Yeah.
Dude.
Not the song I thought it was.
Nope. You should have played Gummy Bears.
Gummy bears. Koda wasn't there for that.
No. We were talking about Gummy Bears the other night.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kyle started playing the Gummy Bears theme song from the Disney show, which was one of the greatest themes ever.
There may have been alcohol involved.
There may have been
With most
alcohol
of the
involved.
group.
And then Harry goes, Gummy Bears fucking sucks. And then that started the big argument of 21,
Mhm.
of the stream of 21.
A long discussion about those cartoons and why they don't suck.
Oh, I was just cracking up because Harry's like, Gummy Bears fucking sucks, just out of the blue, because there's like three of us going, oh yeah, that was a great show.
Bouncing here and there and
Everywhere. Okay. So
We get-
Omega found Wrecker.
This is the most derailed of derailed episodes I think we've ever done.
Yeah, but it's fun.
It's fun.
Oh,
I'm
look,
good with
a
it.
train.
Squirrel.
I love how she like holds him there.
it's like a toddler, like
Mm-hmm.
being rescued that's scared.
Yep. A big scary man with a scary mask. So the Wrecker's ready. It's clobbering time.
That's what I thought of too.
It's called, yeah. I didn't think of that, but yeah, it is like thing.
I'm
And
gonna
then-
wreck it.
I'm gonna wreck it.
I'm gonna wreck.
That's what Palpatine yells to Vader before their special sessions.
I'm gonna wreck.
I'm gonna wreck it.
He hits his head again. So did you get
But-
nervous here also?
But she uses all his
Uh-huh.
momentum. Like, it just shows you how dangerous she is.
Mhm.
Like, she didn't even try.
Space samurai.
She's a space samurai. And he went down.
She's been hitting the
Space
head.
Mulan.
Space Mulan. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
So, but okay, so is this the second or third time Wrecker's hit his head?
Two. I
Two.
want to say two. Next thing
But-
you know,
We didn't actually see him hit his head the first time. in the one episode. He just said,
No,
"I
this is the third
probably hit
time.
my head."
Oh yeah. So that would be 3. Because we did
He
see
said in the
someone.
market when they were when they just like liberated Omega and they got out of the facility because he was walking through in the low bar, whacked him in the head. And then episode before this, when the crash landing, he talked about hitting his head. This
Yeah,
episode,
but-
he definitely hits his head, as does Hunter.
See, look at Echo's armor. It looks like a
It
samurai
does look
style.
exactly like samurai. Well, I guess you could say so does his ARC Trooper armor to some degree too.
Mhm.
You're saying that what, last episode? I'm gonna look up Arc Trooper armor.
That does look like samurai armor. The more I look about it now.
Like not all of it, but the big side pieces.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Arc
the
Trooper
armor.
has the
The flaps.
Benedict Cumberbuns,
those got to be called. There has to be a name for those.
jeggings.
I'm gonna look up samurai kilt. Let's see.
Samurai kill.
Kilt. I think you might find some pictures you might not want to see.
Oh, yep.
Like when you
We're
looked
back.
up butthole on the internet.
It wasn't probably not my first time. Let's see.
Leave me alone. This isn't my first rodeo.
Oh, they're called commas or belt capes.
Comma or belt cape.
Comma.
Comma chameleon.
I didn't know there was
Echo
like a
go.
whole ass thing.
Comma cape. Waist cape.
Yeah, they're just called commas.
Like COMA.
KA.
That's coma.
Why
That
is
is
it
coma.
so funny?
That is coma. Omega climbs up to this some sort of
Right.
maintenance tower. She's on the top looking down, and it is cars flying below her and everything else. Then it cuts to Echo and the droids, and he's like, "Boy, they weren't lying. We do have our work cut out for us." And then the 3PO is like, "I'm not programmed to repair or assemble starships," which shows you all 3PO units are bitches.
All extra sassy.
Yeah. And then
Do
the
you know
the little Hue unit starts just toddling past her.
I don't know what it is, but I want one.
I do too. It's cute. It's a toddler unit.
Yeah, it's like a little chubby droid, little chubby toddler droid.
That's what it is when they're little cute and squatty.
Little Michelin Man rolls.
You know what I
Look-
just noticed?
It looks like a family picture right there. What's that, Koda?
Right.
But, like-
The 3PO unit
Yeah.
has like these like earring looking things on her.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Which
Is that
I
the
think
background or is that? Let it play. Is that the background or is that actually attached to?
No, it
I think that's the little hydraulics on the back of 3PO's neck. You know how 3PO has those?
It's come down here, like on the collarbone area.
yeah. I
Get
was
in their
gonna
joints.
say,
I think it's in the back. But yeah, no, it looks like like there's dad, mom watching the little toddler. It's like the picture frame photo that comes with it, like watching the toddler just toddle off.
yeah, and then the older brother in the background, like
I don't want to be here.
What planet are they on again?
Pantora.
Pantora.
Mhm.
So it's like Pantora Gothic right now. The painting, like if you had a pitchfork and
Pantor Gothic. Dun 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 dun. The
Mhm.
droids. Dun 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 dun.
yeah, I want one of those little chubby droids now.
So, you guys heard that? If we will start a fund, a GoFundMe fund for Kasich for Kyle for a chubby
Mhm.
droid.
Go fund my chubby
Go
droid.
find his chubby.
Please phrase that with droid after chubby.
I did.
We did.
I
Weren't
made
you
it clear.
listening?
Yeah, there wasn't an awkward pause or anything.
No,
Uh-huh.
I don't know what you're hearing, Coda, but Kyle and I are on the same page. He wants his chubby droid.
Droid.
Had to clear my throat. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, we'll get you a droid. You know what I want? Can you start a GoFundMe for me for a ball or two?
You want 2 balls?
Yeah, like BB-8. I want two.
You want 2?
You want a pair?
Yeah.
We can get
Pair
you a
of
pair of
BB-8s?
balls.
Yeah, I just want them so I can ram them into each other.
You like it when you ram the balls into each other, the BB-8s.
Yeah. Then I can hold one in each hand.
You'll name it one Ben and the other Wah.
I'm gonna juggle with them.
Juggle.
It's this Potter party trick.
I just noticed that's the alien dude where we're paused, the one with the cloak, the guy that Ahsoka gets her cloak from in the end of season 5.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Well, it's probably not the same dude, but same species and cloak.
So you gave him like a cheers as he went by, like, hey!
Hey, hey! She got hit with the maintenance hatch opening. I think maybe a blaster hit it or something from Fennec. And then Omega's hanging by the side. And Tech tells him, hey, you know, there's reports of a little girl hanging from the side. So Hunter, being what he's doing, he, of course, steals a speeder bike. And then Omega falls and is saved by Fennec. And she said, you can save me later. Which shows Fennec's job is to capture Omega and not kill her. If she wanted to kill her, I think Omega would have been dead long ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fennec's a badass. I'm sorry. I really love her character.
She's great.
Just everything about her, they did right.
Mhm.
So next thing you know, she drops her and she told her, you know, tuck and roll. Drops her onto the back of like a space pickup truck, farm
Yep.
truck,
Yeah, pillow transport.
pillow transport. You know, Fennec jumps down there with her, shooting at Hunter, and Omega's like, oh, pretty lever. Let me pull it. She does, and it starts raising up the bed of the truck, like a little dump truck, and Fennec's holding on for her life.
Happens a lot in all these movies and things. Like there's random levers and buttons and stuff,
That
and
are-
they like automatically know what they do. Like, yeah, this will do. Like, I want to see something happen where they go to pull and it does absolutely nothing like they think it was going to happen. Like it backfires. It always goes
conveniently
right.
placed.
Convenient buttons and levers.
Um,
Then we get the blue cop. Wee woo, wee
Yeah.
woo, wee woo.
um,
Pull over.
Comes the meat wagon.
they're you know, the cops see them going past, you know, at high speeds, and then Fennec throws out the guy from the car who she steals, rams Hunter. He goes flying, which I don't know. I thought that scene was hilarious. I know it shouldn't have, but just the way he went flying.
This right here.
animation- Hold on, let's go here.
Yeah, go back after he goes flying, and when she's in pursuit. Now, when Phoenix in pursuit, and the space cops
Right here.
are after her. So this scene right here, she grabs the gun. Go a little bit more
Back or forward?
forward. Let it play. So she grabs her blaster, or she locks it down on cruise control. Grabs her blaster, shoots. To get like, this got me. Like I stopped and rewatched it again because it's not very often that like Star Wars doesn't always show a lot of actual death happening. Right. Like it's rare. And even rarer to see someone get like shot, slumped over, and go like that. And so that kind of
Well, look where she shot him too.
Yeah.
Hold on, I don't know if you caught this.
dead center.
Look at his face. Yeah, dead center, and you can see it. Like that's a heart shot. If that's where his heart is,
We're going to assume. We're not.
I'm pretty
No.
sure it is.
you can see the blaster. And I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, but his face is hilarious right now. It's like
That's-
the scene. He's gone.
That
He
one
hasn't been
stuck with
shot
me.
yet for me.
It's what?
Oh,
He hasn't been shot yet for me.
Okay, let's see here.
Yeah, that's like dead center sternum though, huh?
but like you don't see that. You see it some in the live action, not super often, but in the like the animated realm to see someone get shot and
Like that.
die.
Well, and
I don't know. Dave Filoni has tried.
Yeah.
Like,
well, he
there
couldn't do
was-
it with Cartoon Network,
no.
but he
But
has.
there are
Disney
some
Plus
deleted
here.
scenes.
Yeah.
Like, there's a scene in Clone Wars, Kyle, where literally there's a bunch of dudes standing there, and Savage Opress just takes his double-bladed lightsaber and throws it across the table, cutting like 6 or 7 of their heads off. And in like a deleted scene, you can literally see their heads fall and them like cut in half.
I love
Same
this
with,
show
like-
so much.
Right. Same with like when somebody gets beheaded in Mandalore. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
In a
yes.
deleted scene, you could literally see his head in the helmet roll.
It's. I love Star Wars so much.
Right.
Really do. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, Koda. Good point,
Well played, sir.
Deuterino. Okay, so
What'd you just say?
I said good point, Deuterino. What'd you think I called you?
I thought you said my whole actual name there for a second. I was like, how the hell do you know my name?
I know your name. I'll tell you after the stream. I know where you. I know where you live. I know what hat you wear.
I was hoping for Kenobi. Why are you here?
But I'll settle for Koda.
All right.
Anyway.
I do get what you're saying, Kyle.
Yeah.
I do like that they showed somebody get
Offed finally.
Mhm.
Next thing, and the more important note is they're going at high speeds. Those cops are on little speeder bikes going around, or like bikes. And she shot him dead center while all that was going on. That just shows how much of a sharpshooter she is.
Well, Hunter's no slouch coming up.
No, he shoots the engine out. The car starts going. He picks up Omega Falls. He barely picks her. I think her feet might have scraped that taxi.
So do you see how she's holding on?
Yeah.
How it's like this?
Yeah.
That reminds me of when I would ride on a snowmobile with my dad, and that's how I had to hold on. To the
Like, so
handlebars.
like a little kid.
Like in the front of the snowmobile, holding on to the handlebars. Like
So
that.
they really did a good job on this, then making it seem like she's just a little kid, and like the movements, the actions, and everything. I really appreciate that. They did their homework.
I love her right here looking back, kind of like a
It's like, we left you. And then Fennec's actually limping after she crashes here. They
That's
get away.
cool.
That she's limping? Dick?
No, it's cool that they show that like even though she just blew up like in the past in Star Wars, people blow up all the time and they're like fine.
Fine. Yeah,
like,
it's actually showing
she
the damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, I never thought about that. Because they walk away, literally the entire, like an Imperial starship crashes, and they're like, "Hey, yep, all right, yoga, anyone?
I'm fine, Jeff.
I'm good, Jeff. I'm not dead yet." Yeah, no, that's
Fine.
a good point.
Everything's normal. How are you?
I'm good. This is our cruise director.
Boring conversation anyway.
Yep.
So we
Follow
see
up on
Wrecker
Coda's
who woke up.
reference.
What's that?
To follow up on Coda's reference.
Oh, earlier.
And give him that. Yeah, with the anyway.
Wrecker's pissed that he's missed all the action. He's bitching about it. I missed all the action. Next thing you know, we see the droids. They have everything put together again. Toddler droid. Just toddled off. And he's like, "Yay, I did it."
They're so happy.
Call me Simos. We did it.
We did it.
Can we fix it?
We fixed it. And he's like, all right, good job. And then the 3PO is like, all right, I'm in charge again. Let's go. They go off. I was kind of hoping that they take the droids with them.
I was too.
Same.
I think we all were at that point then. And because I'm like, I'm gonna miss toddler droid.
I think the little ones wanted to go with them.
Probably, but
They probably would have went. They'd just been happy to be anywhere.
right. They all get back. They head on the ship. Doc Master Dick is bitching at him. No, don't go, don't go, don't go. She's gonna be pissed at me. He knows what's gonna happen. And you deal with bounty hunters and they get mad at you, you tend not to last.
Yeah.
At least from everything we've ever seen or read from the Star Wars universe.
Doc Master kind of looks like Vizzini from Princess Bride.
Oh yeah, he kind of does, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it! I wish you would have said at the beginning. That's what we would have called him all episode.
Mm-hmm. I've been trying to think of it this whole episode, and it finally clicked at the end.
Next thing you know, they're getting away, and they figure out she's a bounty hunter. Let's back up a little bit here and they let Echo know, or Omega, you're the target. And then says, we have to find out who hired her. Don't be scared. And you can tell she's afraid now.
And it hurt.
It just doesn't really, it hurt. Doesn't really understand. Next thing you know, we're back at the port and we see Doc Master Dick backing up. It's like, I tried to stop him. Fennec's coming up and she reaches back and then throws him a credit. I swore she was going to shoot him when she reached behind her back.
Mm-hmm.
See, and that kind of just shows that she's different than the other bounty hunters that we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
But she's smart because she knows she could probably use him again in the future. And he's just like in her pocket now because he screwed up.
Yeah. And this also might explain why she lasted so long because, bounty hunters typically don't live long.
Hmm.
So,
It's a hard life.
It is a hard life. I don't know if you guys are paused at the same part I am, but it's where she's talking. She grabs her comm and she says the target got away, but I'll find her. Who is she talking to? Do we have any bets?
I have no idea.
Well, she's trying to take her alive. Do you?
My guess is it's either going to be maybe Saw. That's a far one. That's a complete far stretch on that one.
Mephisto?
Or maybe Mephisto or Reed Richards. Or what's his name? Rancic? Rancid, what's his name? The guy who created the
Rampart?
Rampart.
Or is it the cloners? The shit.
I mean,
Kaminoans.
Kaminoans.
Kaminoans needing her back so they can have that, purer sample so they can make better clones.
Or I have an even crazier theory.
What?
Is she working for Crimson Dawn?
Oh, because she does have ties to Crimson Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain Crimson Dawn, please?
Crimson Dawn is the crime syndicate, basically, that was formed after Darth Maul's Shadow Collective from the Clone Wars was disbanded, but it's basically made up of the same exact group. Crimson Dawn is like Maul at the tip top as a crime lord, basically controlling like the Pikes, the Black Sun. I don't believe Crimson Dawn includes the Hutts anymore, but they do a lot of like spy shipments and weapons and stuff like that. And they hire a lot of bounty hunters.
Mm-hmm. And which is nuts, Black Sun's under them. Because Black Sun was an extremely powerful crime syndicate.
Even in Legends and in canon, they were feared.
Who was head of that? It was Prince Visor, wasn't it?
Something like that. Yeah.
From Shadows of the Empire. So I don't know. I like that theory.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. Maul wants to cause chaos, so
it could be. We see the episode, Fennec's looking out and then goes into space. So Again, I don't know what the hell direction the show's taking. I think it's going to be tragic at the end of the season. B-Rob actually brought up a really good point at the end of the season. It may not be what we think that what it's going to be. Because Star Wars has a history of doing tragic shit.
Look at the Mandalorian.
I mean, it was sad that Grogu left.
That's true.
And, the Mandalorians are still
Displaced.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that's tragic. I mean, no, I agree with you, but they do have a history of bad stuff happening too.
That's true.
So I don't know. I really don't know what direction this show's going to take. Thoughts, comments, concerns?
I don't know. I feel like they could go a variety of ways because they're in a time period that hasn't really been touched, and they could literally do anything.
Speaking of this, around this time period too. Well, no, I guess it'd be later. But it just reminded me of Fennec Shan. Did you see that they canceled Rangers of the Old Republic?
Well, of
Or
the New Republic.
Of the New Republic.
Yeah.
Completely canceled at this point.
That's sad.
Which means Gina was the center of that. They had her in mind for that. Which sucks because I was really looking forward to that one.
But maybe that means instead of making Ahsoka a limited series, they'll make it a recurring series because I would be okay with that.
I would too. I would too.
They needed to give her a show a long time ago, even though the Clone Wars was basically her show. But...
Yeah. Not that Kyle would know.
Thanks.
Come on, Kyle. Yeah, you'll be all right.
I'll get there. I'll be fine.
Will. Did you see Kyle look at you and he said,
"How would you like to suck my balls?"
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Present them.
Don't tempt me with a good time. As long as there's Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip. Cool Whip.
So that was episode 4. We will be back next week for episode 5. Do you guys have anything you want to leave them with, like to think about for the rest of the show, or just anything in general?
I'm like you guys. And I have no, basis to think like where this will go next. I mean, other than the other knowledge I have, but I'm kind of actually rooting for maybe a tragic thing that could spark something else later, because that seems to be a really good catalyst to carry a story further. Like happy endings, usually you're like, okay, and then you have to come up with something else later. But if you have something tragic happen, something big and impactful happen at the end of it, then that sets up conflict and just all these other things that can come together for new shows and new properties and new series and things like that. I would not be surprised if they go that route with it, because I think that does create a lot more opportunity down the road.
I like that.
Or they just kill all of them.
Yeah.
God, I hope not.
That would be awful.
Because I really like these characters. I'm vested. I really like these characters. So
they're good characters.
Or they're setting them up to show up later in some of the standalone spin-off movies.
God, how awesome would it be if we saw any of the clone troopers in Mandalorian?
I wasn't thinking Mandalorian. I was thinking more like the Ahsoka show.
Yeah.
There's a process to all this. I mean, just like with Marvel and their mapping out all the timelines and how everything's going to work, there's a process. And even if it's not set in stone, they know how to leave things to where they can be used later if they want to go back and pull them.
Right.
They put Fennec Shan in here for a reason. Like, not just to tie everything together, but there's a reason that she's there.
And I have no idea.
I'm wondering if like Fennec realizes later on that she's taking on more than she could chew, and she goes to hire people and one of them's probably Boba, like Kid Boba.
That would be kind of weird. Because
Why? He's a
Because-
teenager, technically.
yeah, but no, I'm saying, but then, you know, in The Mandalorian, they become partners. Didn't they just say that they just, no, they didn't say how they met, did they? This could be it.
Uh-huh. Because it would also make sense, like, you know, not just because it always seemed a little weird to me in The Mandalorian, where she's like, oh yeah, he saved my life, like I'm indebted to him. But like she fought like so blindly loyal to him, the way she acts around him,
Mhm.
like it's weird.
Yeah.
So like I'm wondering if they set that up in this series, possibly.
That would make a lot of sense.
That would.
And I'm wondering too if like she has a change of heart.
I think she might, because we've seen it a couple times in this episode. She's just like, you know, you owe me. Thank me later. She could have killed her. She didn't.
That wasn't her. That's not her contract, though. Obviously,
Yeah.
It has to be to bring her in alive, and that's why I'm thinking they're trying to get her back to the facility. But she could end up being the tragic one in this series that causes her to go off the rails and lead to events in Mandalorian later.
Yeah.
Like she goes to help her, or she like you said, she actually captures her, gets some of the story, she gets attached, she goes to complete the contract, and then sees it some nefarious reason at the end, kind of like how we saw in Mandalorian, the child, and we just get all that all over again. It's just going to be the same thing, but with Omega and Fennec.
It's going to be the same thing, and it's just going to be Lucas looking over us, laughing.
Yep. They've done it to us before. They're going to do it again.
And we'll be in the floor in a big crying nerd pile.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I know we normally, let's do this. We haven't done this in a while. Kyle, what are you watching or reading this week?
Okay, so this week we watched.
Yes, because that's going to be mine too.
We can both talk about this. Okay, let's set this up. So this week, it wasn't Spooky Saturday, but earlier in the week, we played a game called Sweet Home Survival. Kind of a Dead by Daylight type, you know, that vein of
based off Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, that vein of games. You got 4 survivors, you got 1 player controlled evil baddie that's trying to, and you got to do these things. Anyway, I knew the name sounded familiar, and it was a few months ago that Chris had told me that I needed to watch this show that was, okay, let's back it up. Sweet Home is made by, we've determined, probably a Thai company. A lot of Asian influence in the art style and the mythology and things in the game.
And the characters talk Thai in the game.
Yep. And so I remembered Chris had told me to watch this show a while back that was it Korean?
Mm-hmm.
That was called
South Korean.
That was called Home Sweet Home.
No,
Now,
just Sweet Home.
It's also just Sweet Home. Okay. It's like, okay, that's really familiar. I wonder if these two like drew off each other. So when we got through playing, like I was getting ready to go to bed and I'm going down the rabbit hole looking like, okay, we got Home Sweet Home Survival, which is a spin-off of the Home Sweet Home game. Is that tied to the Home Sweet Home series that Chris was telling me about? And then I found, like, as I'm Googling, looking, I find this game called Sweet Home, not Home Sweet Home, just Sweet Home, that was released around like 89, 90, that was made by Capcom. Sweet Home was regarded as the actual first true horror survival type game ever released. Like, even going back, like, you know, I think it's Perfect Dark was like regarded as that for, but this game predates that by several years. Sweet Home was made by Capcom. Capcom took the idea of Sweet Home from 8-bit Famicom to the first Resident Evil is actually supposed to be a remake of that. It's so boring, I know, Koda. And
No.
so
I'm sorry.
But they went another route with it, and Resident Evil became its own thing, heavily influenced by the game. The game was influenced by a Japanese horror film that came out in 1989, also called Sweet Home. I found that on YouTube with English subtitles. I started watching it. I didn't get through it. I was at Chris's house yesterday, and we had some time to kill after we recorded the live show. I was like, hey, we should watch this. And we did. And it was something. Like,
We started riffing on it about
halfway through.
about halfway through.
Halfway through. That's the only way we could get through. But you see a lot of Resident Evil influence
Ton of Resident Evil
from this movie. And it has that 80s horror movie feel. It has the Japanese horror movie elements in it.
It's super campy.
Very campy. There's a couple of scenes that got me when I watched through the first time. Just some really good jump scare stuff. But yeah, it's super campy, super cheesy. Some pretty decent practical effects for what it is. I mean, you can tell it's low budget. Some questionable things that happen during the movie, but you see a lot of Resident Evil influence.
The little girl runs upstairs at one point, waving her arms like Kermit the Frog, and we go, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah. So that's what I watched this week.
Koda, what are you watching?
Frog here.
Yeah. She goes, a ghost. Koda, what are you watching or reading this week?
I'm actually reading the Dark Disciple book. It's an abandoned Clone Wars arc when Clone Wars got canceled, adapted into a book about Asajj Ventress and Quinlan Vos, their journey to basically murder Count Dooku.
Wow.
So
this is right after that Dooku told them to kill Ventress, then right after she
where they went to Dathomir.
Yeah, and she went back home to her mother, the witches.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, and cool thing too is that part of that book is actually set on Pandora.
Is it really?
Yeah, the first bit of it, because Ventress became a bounty hunter and she's after a target. So
that's cool. So it's pretty good.
Oh, it's really good. I enjoy it.
My watching was the same as Kyle's. That's what I was actually going to bring up. It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
If you take it for what it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Campy 80s movie.
Campy 80s movie. And knowing what it led to made it a lot easier to watch. Like, it'd been hard to watch this to stand alone without knowing the backstory.
I agree.
And everything that spurred off of that movie.
Kyle, what have you learned this week?
What have I learned? Have I learned anything good? Come back to me. I gotta think of what I've learned.
What have you learned this week?
I've learned that I crave weird things, and I'll be like, "Ooh, I want fried chicken," or like chicken wings, and then I go to get chicken wings, and I end up ordering a burger. That's what I learned.
What happened? I wanted chicken wings, and I came back with ice cream. I learned this week that doing a podcast face to face is a lot more fun. Mm-hmm. The energy is just different. I mean, this is great since we're all in 3 totally physical geographic locations. I mean, Kyle and I are pretty close to each other, but it's not like it's 2 blocks.
Also close geographically.
So, well, yeah, it's okay. Shut up. Shut up, Richard. But Koda's not in the same state we are. So, you do it however you can. And it's great we get the technologies like this where we're able to do this, but it's just different. It's a lot of fun.
Hey, one day I'll make it down there.
One day he'll find us.
Yeah, for EGTN Con.
Stalking us.
Yeah, somebody's got to run the I'm gonna doodle booth.
Okay, actually, Kyle, why don't you go over that real quick? What we talked about, EGTN Con.
Oh well, okay, not necessarily EGTN Con. That would be great though.
Yeah,
at the Best Western on Sheridan.
The shady one.
The shady one, not the good one. Yeah,
not in the conference room. Up on room 208.
208. By the Dannies, not the good Dannies, but the other Dannies. But and we talked about, so when we had B-Rob and Justin around for the live show yesterday, we talked about Comic-Cons were coming back. Conventions are happening again. There's actually already been a couple in our area, smaller ones, like the little regional type things, which I have never been able to attend one. Like something always happens. Like with everything else in my life, something else always comes up and then I had to take care of it. But we decided to come up with a plan. Like, if we can find something, like maybe find one that's central to everyone, Dallas, or like for us here, if we were wanting to, like, if we had interest from the rest of the community where everybody's spread out, if it was, even like Denver or further,
not Kansas.
Not Kansas. We're not going to Kansas. But finding a Comic-Con that would be relatively easy for everybody to attend and do that as a community. We'll set up a booth. I'll sign autographs. It'll be great. But
We'll set up a booth, sign autographs.
Booth will actually be the tailgate of my truck in the parking lot. We'll have like a just like marker drawn on a sheet. Autographs. Tree feeding.
This is by our automobile.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, if we get I think it would be fun if we try to organize just not necessarily meetups, just that if there's an event that we would all be interested in attending.
Well, they said you guys could get an EGTN booth. I'm like, oh, good. All 5 people that listen to us could come talk to us.
3 of them are right here on the show right now.
That's right. We listen to ourselves. But yeah. So Kyle, what did you learn?
Something that haven't totally learned yet, but learned to work on better is just communication in general. I've preached that for a long time, and we've even talked about it with just sitting up and organizing and trying to schedule things for the show.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just I'm learning. I get to be better. I'm feeling better about just communicating. Like, this is what's on my mind. This is what I think. I think you should know this, and not being, too overt with it and too pushy with like this is, just letting you know this is where I stand or this is what I think about this. And yeah.
Cool. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
What have I learned this week? Again?
Oh my God.
Podcast? I mean, do you want me to do it? I'll do another one.
No,
I've learned
you're good.
that Sleepy Time Koda is a lot of fun because we can fuck with him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to make a doll out of him.
Oh, he's a doll.
He is a doll. Look at that doll face.
Oh.
I wish Stoney listened to this because she always calls me doll. She's like, hey, thanks, doll face. I'm like, oh, no, but Koda's the real doll now. Look.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love Stoney.
I do too.
She wants to be a real boy. Happy late birthday to Stoney and Seneca, by the way.
Happy birthday to both.
Yep.
If you all listen to us, happy birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we are setting up that Star Wars RP.
Yep.
3 of us will be in it. B-Rob said he'd be interested.
4 props.
Props. Mm-hmm.
Get the props. I think that's it so far. So I don't know. We'll see if we can get this off the ground.
Yep.
With that, this has been Everyman's Guide to Nerddom. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. Thanks again to Koda for being our very special guest, providing some comic relief and our in-house Wikipedia. And just
most of the time.
Most of the time, full of knowledge. He hits it like 95% of the time, so we appreciate
Failed
that.
on the cloned butthole.
Yep. Cloned buttholes and penises are not his forte, but the rest of the information was great.
Yep.
I mean, they would be, but like...
There's no info out there. You find out. That's your mission for the next episode. Do your research and let us know what you find.
Search for buttholes on the internet.
No, I'll just search for like a naked picture of Tamara Morrison.
There's your answer.
That was good. You all have a good night.
Yep. Wherever you guys are.
Day.
Evening, day, night, and be good to each other.
See ya.
Bye.
Nerd
Toodles.
Coke, rise up. It could get elevated. Nerd Coke, rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore used to be just a made-up word. MCs shied away from belief. Rest assured they sleep hard.